first deployment of the quick reaction force of NATO. This is a dangerous thing because that is a way to start a war without reference to the U.S. Congress or anybody else in any legislative assembly. That's very, very serious. Now, you got this news channel, Vox. This is not the Vox we know. This is something else, right? This is called Vox.com, and they've done some public opinion polls, and they find the question is, if Russia gets into a serious conflict with one of the neighboring countries that is a NATO ally, should your country or use or not use military force to defend that country? Reliably, the biggest fools are the Americans. 37% say no, don't get involved, but 56% say yes. And some of the more intelligent ones, Italy, 51% no, 40% yes. Germany, 58% no, 38% yes. Not. So what that means is that the raving hysteria from the German elected political class does not, repeat, not reflect what the average German wants. Right? France is also majority anti-intervention, 53 should intervene, 47 not. Spain, 47 no, 48 yes. Poland, unfortunately, somewhat worse than the United States on the should not side, 34, but 48 saying should. British, 37 should, 49 should not. Canada, 36 should, 53 should not. That's really disappointing there with Canada. They were supposed to be sensible, weren't they? I guess not. So those are those things going on. Now, we've had a Ukrainian delegation in the United States this week, and a lot of this has not really been publicized. This is our dear friend Yats the Rats, Arseny Yatsenyuk, accompanied by this awful finance minister, this crazy woman. She's from Chicago, right? But she doesn't have a magic wand. She can't manufacture money out of nothing. So they've been meeting with Secretary of the Treasury Lou. They've been lewd. And, of course, with Madame Lagarde of the International Monetary Fund. And we have Yatsenyuk writing an op-ed in the Washington Post this week, June 8th. The Ukrainians, he says, are fighting against the Soviet past and the legacy of corruption and misrule that held us back for so many years. Well, the fact is they are on the brink of default. They are about to blow. And now they want more money. This is crazy. Compare Greece, NATO member, European Union member, denied anything. And the Ukrainians are this amazing sinkhole where they pour more and more money into it. So let's see what we can do now. Concerning the U.S. presidential campaign, we got some. We'll try to spend one segment at least about this in the second hour. Concerning this free trade legislation, though, a guy at Truthout came up with a very good idea to test the mettle of our hero Bernie Sanders. Right? I want to direct your attention to my contribution to the Left Forum here 2 weeks ago. I pointed out that Bernie Sanders was famously a creature of the industrial military complex, supporting the F-35 fighter plane, which was military aircraft built in New Hampshire. And there's this whole thing about Bernie Sanders and his sex theories, committed to a publication in the early 1970s. But the Truthout guy was saying the following: Bernie, you can go in to that room and get the treaty, right? You go in there with a little camera, you got it. They're not going to be able to arrest you. And then you put that into the congressional record. In other words, the idea that this legislation should be kept secret is nothing short of monstrous. It's just out of this world. Remember, Senator Mike Gravel read the Pentagon Papers into the congressional record, right? For whatever they were worth. Not that much. But still, that was an important gesture, right? That brought it home to quite a few people. So Bernie didn't do it. A real fighting campaign tries to change things even before the election has occurred. In other words, you want to convince people to support you based on things you do, useful public services that you perform. I also would like to point out, we'll talk about this also in the second hour, Hillary Clinton is going to kick off her more active phase, let's say. She's ended her this idiotic charade of her listening tour, where she listens to carefully regurgitated statements from screened and vetted stooges who appear there and worship at her altar. But she's going to be giving a rally on Roosevelt Island in the East River, isn't it? Between Manhattan and Queens? Yeah, I think so. And she's going to be presenting herself as the champion of the free college education and student loans. We'll have something to say about that now in the second hour. The outrageous arrogance of these financiers comes to the fore again. Practically on the same day that the former head of the IMF, Strauss-Kahn, narrowly escaped going to jail for his orgies and other dubious activity. The International Monetary Fund, as I understand it, has pulled its negotiators out of the talks with Greece. Now, this is coming from this awful woman, Christine Lagarde, or Lagarce, as we sometimes call her. The IMF has pulled out. The other one is a court in Greece has told the government, you can't cut pensions in the way that IMF is trying to get you to do it. So it's now a matter of law. Is it a government of law or a government of diktat coming from Merkel and Schäuble and these people in Berlin? So without further ado, let's go to our man in Athens, and that's Michael Chiotinis, to see how we are as we go towards the fateful end of June deadline.
Yes. So maybe the most interesting thing is this IMF walkout. Today it's Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, the IMF said it's walking out.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, Michael. Well, at least this time we got we got Pinckney coming on the line, so we got to go to him. Can you hang on?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So let's go to Reverend Pinckney then. This is Reverend Edward Pinckney speaking from the Michigan prison system under terrible conditions. But we have some good news for you, Reverend. Are you there?
I'm here, Webster. How you doing?
All right, fine. Here's what we have. Today, there was this general strike against Whirlpool in a number of Italian cities, but in Varese, they had a procession with about 3,000 people in it, and that was quite successful. The heads of the three main trade union confederations were there. Militant demonstration, lots of good slogans. They want to save 2,000 jobs that Whirlpool wants to cut. But now, we put out a call in Italian to link up this fight for the jobs in Italy with your situation, that you're fighting to free this company town, Benton Harbor, Michigan, from the Whirlpool dictatorship. And the first signature that we got was Judge Ferdinando Imposimato. He is the honorary president of the Italian Supreme Court, the Corte di Cassazione. That's the top court in the country. He's the honorary president. He has now signed a statement expressing gravest concern about the violation of your civil and human rights. So he wants to support the metal workers who are striking Whirlpool on June 12th and support Reverend Edward Pinckney of Benton Harbor fighting to free a Whirlpool company town. So we've had this stuff posted these statements in Italian and in English. That's been up there now for 6 or 8 hours, and I think we're causing a stir around the world. So you are not alone, Reverend. You're getting some support.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Anytime that you get support from Italy is just a tremendous opportunity. And I look at it this way. Can you send that email to my wife so we can put it on our blog? So
I think it's already on the Pinckney Defense Committee, the CCC.
Okay, well
it's already up there.
I want it on Banco. So that's the one where Whirlpool reads. They read the Banco blog.
Okay.
So that's very, very important to let them know that we're in solidarity with Italy on this strike against Whirlpool, and we're going to continue to protest until we get justice not only for the people in Benton Harbor but also in Italy also. So it's a tremendous opportunity, and anytime you can get a judge to do anything, especially to sign a petition on that level, then you know that we're heading in the right direction. So I'm happy today, Webster. I'm happy today. I will be able to sleep good tonight, knowing that that we have people in Italy who are willing to support our cause in Benton Harbor, Michigan, and
we're gonna try to get more signatures, right? With that guy as first, right? He's a famous person. I think we can get some others, and they're going to be important too.
Yes, absolutely. And when you get the signatures and whatever you have, please send them to my wife so she can also post them on our website, the Banco website, because that's the one that people be really interested in. They want to know what's going on with the Pinckney case, and we're moving closer and closer to the time where we're going to be able to go to the appeal court and ask for that bond. So we're just taking it one step at a time, trying to get this thing right and try to do the things that need to be done. And we're focused. We're not going to be sidetracked, because now, the people in Italy and everybody else, they understand that we're on a mission. And like I said before, I got to repeat this. A judge actually signed the petition. That's bigger than life.
And again, it's not just any judge. He's the top judge of this entire important, European country, Italy, NATO member, right?
Hey, that's just tremendous. I tell you, I'm excited. I tell you, I can. This is really a big moment for me.
The guy ran for president. I guess I should have added that, right? He's a well-known anti-mafia, anti-terror investigator, and he ran for president. He got quite a few votes. That was just a couple of months ago. That election is in the Italian parliament, right? It's not a mass election. It's like an electoral college. And he was a real contender for president of the country.
Mm-hmm. And actually went out and signed it. It's just like when we had the Green Party, Jill Stein, them sign his names, and they appeared at the courthouse and stuff like that. That was just thinking about all this stuff is exciting to me. I might be at the Lakeland Correctional Facility in Coldwater, Michigan, but I'm excited today to hear that that we're getting support from around the world. And I know in Australia we had a young man there who will write me, and I want people to continue to write me. That's to me that's crucial. Is to get letters from Japan and get letters from China and different people who can speak English and write and understand the language. I'm feeling good about this, Webster, and it's thanks to your show. I'm really, really excited. Without your show, I don't know what we would do and how we'd be doing this thing. But I'm just feeling good, Webster. I'm just telling you, just like it is, and I'm just thrilled.
Okay, so what else do we want to talk about now? I guess your investigation of the conditions under Aramark is continuing.
That is correct. Absolutely. Aramark, matter of fact, they are a multi-billion-dollar company that feeds most of the baseball parks, the basketball stadiums, and the football stadiums, and yet and still they sell bad food here at inside the Michigan Penitentiary, where they serve the different foods and stuff like that, and most of it is contaminated food, bad food. The food is not really worth eating. It's really something that people should